Why does Elon Musk want the International Space Station shut down? What happens if we retire the ISS early? Will it really free up money for Mars? And if this giant lab falls back to Earth, what comes next for space exploration? Hey everyone, you're watching StockScope AI. Wherever you are in the world, if you love space, tech, and future money moves, hit subscribe now to stay informed. Musk has called the ISS an aging piece of hardware that drains billions just to keep it running. Most of its modules are over 20 years old, designed for a lifespan that's long expired. Every year, millions go into patching leaks, replacing old tech, and fixing cracks. Musk argues this money could instead push his ultimate mission, putting humans on Mars. For Musk, Mars is not science fiction. It's a survival plan. He's repeatedly said a second planet is critical for humanity's long-term survival. He wants billions rerouted to Starship launches, Mars habitats, and deep space life support, not used to keep a 1990s space lab on life support. But it's not that simple. The United States government knows the ISS can't orbit forever. NASA awarded SpaceX an $843 million contract to build a special deorbit vehicle designed to safely guide the ISS into the ocean around the year 2030. Trump's new tax bill backs that up with an extra $325 million for the deorbit process. Here's the pushback. Scientists warn that ending the ISS early risks losing crucial microgravity research, like experiments for space medicine, human aging, and long-duration mission planning. Pull the plug too soon, and we lose data that could help astronauts survive years on Mars in the first place. There's also politics. The ISS is a symbol of global cooperation. Built and operated by 15 nations, it's one of the few places where United States and Russian astronauts still work side by side. Cutting the station early could damage trust and slow down international missions. Supporters argue Musk is just being practical. They say the International Space Station did its job, gave us decades of orbital science. But now it's time for private companies and new stations to take over. Musk's SpaceX is already building Starship for deep space cargo. Other firms like Blue Origin and Axiom Space are planning commercial stations to replace the International Space Station. If Musk's wish comes true, the International Space Station could be deorbited years sooner than 2030. NASA's planned vehicle would guide it safely into the ocean. The $1.25 billion saved could shift to Mars rockets, moon bases, or building floating labs closer to Earth. But here's the twist. Experts say the International Space Station's research directly supports Mars plans. Medical tests, life support systems, food supply experiments, all of these have been tested in microgravity. Retiring it early could mean, well, some gaps in that critical knowledge. So we're left with a tough question. Should humanity keep spending billions to study near-Earth orbit? Or is it time to leap toward Mars, even if it means leaving some science behind? New commercial space stations are in development, but honestly, they're just not ready yet. A sudden ISS shutdown could create a gap before private companies fill the void. Some experts argue a gradual transition is smarter. Keep the ISS going until commercial labs actually prove they're safe and reliable. Elon Musk's push to retire the ISS shows how serious he is about Mars. But can we get there faster by shutting down the orbiting lab? Or would that actually slow us down? What do you think? Is Elon Musk right to push for Mars now? Or should we keep the ISS until the very last bolt falls off? Tell us in the comments. And if you want more real talk on space tech and markets, hit subscribe now. This is StockScope AI. Keep looking up.